Risk the Blood Off My Toga by Frank Wayne and John Schuster, with apologies to William Shakespeare and Francis Bacon, just in case. Rome, 44 BC.
My name is Flavius Maximus, Private Roman I. License number MMMCMLXXXVIII. It also comes in handy as an eye chart. I'm going to tell you about Julius Caesar Caper. It all began during the Ides of March. I had just nailed Spartacus the Gladiator. He had a crooked line who kept taking a dive. Anyhow, I was just beginning to rest on my laurels when suddenly he burst into my office.
You Flavius Maximus, Private Eye?
I certainly am. What can I do for you? What's on your mind?
Just a minute. Are we alone?
Yes, we're alone.
Are you sure we're alone?
Yes, I'm sure we're alone.
Then who's that standing beside you?
That's you.
I know. Can I be trusted?
I could see I was dealing with no ordinary man. This guy was a nut. All right, what's on your mind?
Flavius Maximus, a terrible thing has happened. It's the greatest crime in the history of Rome.
All right, give it to me straight. What's up?
Julius Caesar has been murdered.
Julius Caesar? Murdered? I couldn't believe my ears. Big Julie was dead.
Yes, it happened just a few hours ago. Happened in the Senate. He was stabbed.
Stabbed? In the Senate?
No, not in the Senate. They got him right in the rotunda.
That's a fatal spot. I had a splinter there once. Those marble splinters, you know.
Boy, I tell you, all of Rome is in uproar. I came to you because you are the top private Roman eye. You've got to find the killer.
Well, I'll try.
Oh, you can do it after all. You're the guy that got Clodius and Sullus, and you set them up in the invasion of Vestal Virgins rap.
Yes, the whole town was sure in an uproar of that. Holy Jupiter!
Now look, what do you say, Flavius? Will you take the case?
Just a minute, Pally. I'd like to know just who I'm working for.
I'm a senator. I was Caesar's best friend. The name is Brutus.
Brutus, eh? All right, Brutus. You got yourself a boy. I'll take the case. My fee is 125 drachmas a day. In advance, of course.
Okay, here you are.
You're one short.
Hey, you got a good ear.
When it comes to money, perfect pitch.
Let's go, eh?
I'm ready. We went outside, flagged the passing chariot, and made our way down the Via Appia. The streets were crowded with the usual people: slaves, senators, tutors, patricians, and little men who came out of doorways to sell you postcards from Gaul. Before long, we found ourselves at the Senate.
Flavius, this is where it happened. This is where Big Julie got murdered.
Yeah, well, where's the Corpus Delicti?
The what?
Corpus Delicti. Corpus Delicti. What's the matter? Don't you understand plain Latin when you hear it?
Oh, the stiff.
Yeah.
He's lying right there.
Would you look at that? 8 daggers in him.
Yeah, what do you think?
I think that if he were alive today, he'd be a pretty sick boy. He's really fixed for blades, eh?
Oh, come on, Flavius. You gotta solve this crime.
All right. Who are those men over there?
They were all here when it happened. There's Publius, Casca, and there's Trebonius.
Who's that guy over there with a lean, hungry look on his kisser?
That's Cassius.
Yeah? He looks like a loser from the Colosseum. Who do you think is the likeliest suspect?
The fella next to him.
Wait a minute. That's you.
I know, but how do you know I can be trusted?
I can see that I was dealing with no ordinary case. This was a mental case. Wait a minute. Who's that dame?
That's Calpurnia, Caesar's wife.
Yeah, well, she's a suspect, too. Wait a minute. Pardon me, Miss Caesar.
Yes.
Flavius Maximus, Private Roman I. I'd like to ask you a few questions. What do you know about this?
I told him, Julie, don't go. Don't go, Julie, I said. It's the IDs of March.
Now,
Don't
look,
go.
Miss Caesar,
I told him once, I told him 1,000 times. Julie, don't go.
Please don't upset
Julie,
me.
don't go, I said.
I don't blame him for going. All right, you senators, you can go too, but don't leave town.
Well, what do you think?
I don't know. There's not an angle anywhere, not a clue.
Cheer up, Flavius. After all, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Hey, what was that? What did you just say?
I said Rome wasn't built in a day.
Hey, that's very good. Rome wasn't built in a day. That's pretty good.
You like it?
Yeah, I like it.
It's yours.
Thanks. Well, let's reconstruct the crime. Caesar was over here. And what's the matter?
Look, over there, behind that pillar. Shh! There's somebody behind that pillar. I'll go get him.
Right.
All right, buddy.
Ow, stop it. Stop it.
All right, Buster. What are you doing around here?
Well, what do you expect me to be doing? Why shouldn't I be here? I'm Mark Antony.
Mark Antony?
Yes, I just made a speech over the body of Caesar. I said, friends, Romans and countrymen, lend me your ears.
Yeah? What have you got in that sack?
Ears.
Will you get out of here?
Wait a minute. Don't you want to know who bumped off Julius Caesar?
Yeah. Do you know who did it? Or with it? What's his name? That's a funny name. Must be Greek.
Look, he's dead.
What a confusing case. All I got is 2 dead bodies and a sack full of ears.
Now look, Flavius, I'm paying you 110 drachmas a day.
125 drachmas.
All right, you've got a good ear.
I've got a sack full of good ears.
Now look, let's have some action, huh?
All right. Don't get your toga in a knot. Listen, I got a pal, Claudius. He runs a bar on the Via Flaminia. He should have a few answers for me.
That's a good idea. Get out among the people. Ask questions. After all, when in Rome, do as the Romans do.
Hey, what was that one?
I said, when in Rome, do as the Romans do.
That's good. When in Rome, do as the Romans do.
Do you like it?
Yeah,
It's yours.
thanks. Claudius Bar and Grill is a hangout where I get all the answers. It's just a small place with a few tables and a guy in the corner playing a crude, cool reed pipe.
Hiya, Flavius.
Hi, Claude. What's new?
Nothing much. What do you have?
Give me a Martinez.
Don't you mean martini?
If I wanted to, I'd ask for it. By the way, could I have a bite to eat?
Sure thing. What do you have?
I could do with some pizza.
Don't you mean pizza?
If I wanted more than one, I'd say so. A regular guy, regular Babindas, wandered in. Care for a drink?
You bet. What do you have? Let me guess. The 2 of you would like Ray and Coca-Cola. Perhaps just 1 whiskas and 1 vodka and 1 tequila.
Enough already, smarty tunic. You know what I always have. Wine, venom, vini, vino, vina, vinorum, vinis. Bloody comedian. You ought to be behind bars.
Well, this one usually is.
Here's your martinum and your pizzum, Flav.
Hey, where's my wine? Didn't you hear my order?
On the contrary, I distinctly heard you decline it.
Let's get back to the business at hand. I'm working on this Julius Caesar kill. Do you know of anything?
Try that dame over there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, sister, start talking.
I told him, Julie, don't go, Julie.
All right, out.
Hey, look, Flavius. I think I know the guy you're looking for.
You mean Mr. Big?
Yeah. His name is...
Now that's an interesting name. Got a stylus? I like to write it down. Claudius? Claudius! I never get any more information out of him. He was dead. This was shaping up bigger than I thought. Suddenly, I looked up and there was Brutus.
Hello, Flavius.
Brutus, what are you doing here?
I was looking for you. Hey, who's that on the floor?
That's Claudius, the bartender.
Hey, that's a funny place to carry a knife in his back.
He's dead. He was stabbed through the portico.
Hey, that's even more painful than the rotunda. Hey, have you come up with any answers? Who killed Julius Caesar?
I started to think, and slowly the pieces fell into place. Brutus was the only man around when all those guys got killed. Caesar, Antony, the bartender, Brutus was always there. Things were beginning to add up. I put 2 and 2 together, and it came out as IV. It was time to make my move.
Well, have you come up with any answers? Who killed Julius Caesar?
Only one guy could have done it.
Yeah? Who?
Let's not play games, Brutus, or should I say, Mr. Big.
What are you getting at?
If the sandal fits, wear it. You knocked off Big Julie.
You're out of your head. I hired you to find the killer.
Pretty smart, but not smart enough. Now, are you going to talk, or do I have to call in a couple of centurions to lean on you?
All right, Flatfoot. I admit it. I knocked off Big Julie, and I do it again.
That's all I wanted to know. I'm sending you up the Tiber for a long stretch. Come on, I'll call in Charlotte, or Chariot, and we'll go downtown.
Don't move unless you want a dagger in the toga. I'm getting out of here, and don't try to stop me.
He had the drop on me, but I knew where he was heading. The scene of the crime, the Senate. 15 minutes later, I pulled up in my chariot. Centurion, hand me that ram's horn.
Here you are, Flavius.
All right, Brutus, this is Flavius Maximus. I know you're in there. Come on out.
Come and get me, you dirty, rotten Flatfoot.
You haven't got a chance, Brutus. I got the Senate surrounded by a stakeout. Now throw your sword down and come out with your hands up.
Come and get me.
Get smart, Brutus. We can smoke you out. We'll throw in incense. We'll throw in an onion with garlic on a spear.
I don't care what you do.
All right, you asked for it. Give it to him. All right, Brutus. I'll fill you full of bronze.
All right, you got me. Seamus, and I'll be back.
Oh, no, you won't.
I'll be back. Just remember one thing. All roads lead to Rome.
Come on, you. Let's go.
No. Wait. Keep him here.
Wait, what?
That was a dandy. All roads lead to Rome. That was the best.
You like it?
Yeah.
Well, you can't have it.
Get out of here.
All hail Flavius.
Oh, hail Flavius.
Take them, boys. And now I got a date with a doll. Okay, baby. Now, are you sure your husband won't object?
Well, frankly, I don't care. I told him once, I told him 1,000 times, don't go, Julie. I said, if I get the mock, we went already. Don't go, Julie, don't go.
Rinse the Blood Off My Toga by Frank Wayne and John Schuster, with apologies to William Shakespeare and to Francis Bacon, just in case. Rome, 44 BC.
My name is Flavius Maximus, Private Roman I. License number. Oh, you don't mind. Take note. MMCML XXXVII. Also comes in handy as an eye chart. I'm going to tell you about the Julius Caesar caper. Oh, get this thing off me. I don't need togas. It all began during the Ides of March. I had just nailed Spartacus the gladiator. He had a corporate line to take his dive. Anyhow, I was just beginning the rest of my laurels when suddenly he burst into my office.
You, Flavius Maximus, Private Eye.
I certainly am. What can I do for you? What's on your mind?
Just a minute. Are we alone?
Yes, we're alone.
Are you sure we're alone?
Yes, I'm sure we're alone.
Then who's that standing beside you?
That's you.
I know, but can I be trusted?
I could see. I was definitely dealing with no ordinary man. This guy was a nut. All right, what's on your mind?
Flavius Maximus, a terrible thing has happened. The greatest crime in the history of Rome.
All right, give it to me straight. What's up?
Julius Caesar has been murdered.
Julius Caesar murdered?
Julius Caesar murdered.
I couldn't believe my ears. Big Julie was dead.
Yes, it happened a few hours ago. Happened in the Senate. He was stabbed.
Stabbed? In the Senate?
No, not in the Senate. They got him right in the rotunda.
Oh, that's a fatal spot. I had a splint in that once. Those marble splinters, you know. Oh.
Boy, I tell you, all of Rome is in an uproar. I came to you because I know you're a top private eye in Rome. You gotta find the killer.
Well, I'll try.
Oh, you can do it. After all, you got the guy, that Claudius and Solus, and you sent them up in the invasion of the Vestal versions.
Yes, the whole town was shouting an uproar about that, huh? Holy Jew.
Now look, what do you say, Flavius? Will you take the case?
Just a minute, Pally. I'd like to know just who am I working for?
I am a senator. I was Caesar's best friend. My name is Brutus.
Brutus, eh? All right, Brutus, you've got yourself a warning. I'll take the case. My fee is 125 drachmas a day in advance, of course.
Okay, here you go.
You want sure?
Hey, you got a good ear.
When it comes to money, perfect bitch.
Let's go, eh?
I'm ready. We went outside, flagged a passing chariot, and made our way down the Via Appia. The streets were crowded with the usual people: slaves, senators, tutors, patricians, and little men who came outdoors to say postcards from gold. Before long, we got ourselves to the Senate. Flavius, oh, come on.
Flavius, this is where it happened. This is where Big Julie got murdered.
Yeah, well, where's the corpus delicti?
The what?
The corpus delicti. Corpus delicti. What's the matter? Don't you understand plain Latin when you hear it?
Oh, the stiff.
Yeah.
Oh, he's lying right over there.
Would you look at that? 8 daggers.
Yeah, what do you think?
I think that if he were alive today, he'd be a pretty sick boy. He's really fixed with blades, huh?
Oh, come on, Flavius. You gotta solve this crime.
All right. Who are those men over there?
They were there. They were all there when it happened. That's Publius. That's Carcia, and there's Trebonius.
Who's that guy over there with the lean, hungry look on his kisser?
That's Cassius.
Yeah, well, he looks like a loser from the Colosseum. Who do you think is the likeliest suspect?
Well, I think it is that fella next to him.
Wait a minute, that's you!
I know, but how do you know I can be trusted?
I could see I was dealing with an ordinary case. This was a mental case. Wait a minute, who's the dame?
Oh, that's Carponia, Caesar's wife.
Yeah, well, she's a suspect too. Wait a minute, what? Miss Caesar?
Yes.
Fathers Maximus, Private Roman I. I'd like to ask you a few questions. What do you know about this?
I told him, Julie, don't go. Don't go, Julie. I said, don't go. It's the Ides of March.
Now, look, Miss Caesar,
If I told him once, I told him 1,000 times. Julie, don't go.
Please don't upset yourself.
Julie, don't go. I said, it's the Ides of March.
Centurion, will you take Miss Caesar home, please?
Come along, ma'am. Come along.
I said, Julie, don't go. Julie, don't go.
I don't blame him for going. All right, you senators, you can go too, but don't leave town.
Well, what do you think?
I don't know. There's not an angle anywhere. Not a clue.
Cheer up, Flavius. Rome wasn't built in a day.
What was that? What did you just say?
I said Rome wasn't built in a day.
Hey, that's very good. Rome wasn't built in a day. That's pretty good.
You like it?
Yeah, I like it.
You can have it.
Thanks. Well, let's reconstruct the crime. Caesar was over here, and what's the matter?
Look, over there, behind that pillar. Shh, there's someone behind the pillar. I'll go get him.
Right.
Ow, ow, ow. Stop it, stop it.
All right, Buster, what are you doing around here?
Well, what do you expect me to be doing? Why shouldn't I be here? I'm Mark Antony.
Mark Antony.
Yes, I just made a speech over the body of Caesar. I said, friends, Romans, and countrymen, lend me your ears.
Yeah, well, what have you got in that sack?
Ears?
Will you get out of here?
Wait a minute. Don't you know who bumped off Julius Caesar?
Yeah, do you know who did it? Out with it. What's his name?
Ow, 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 ow.
That's a funny name. Must be Greek.
Look, he's dead.
What a confusing case. All I got is 2 dead bodies and a sack full of ears.
Now look, Flavius, I'm paying you 10 drachmas a day.
125 drachmas.
All right, you got a good ear.
I've got a sack full of good ears.
Now look, let's have some action, huh?
All right. Don't you get your toga in a knot. Listen, I got a cow, Claudius. He runs a bar on the Via Flaminia. He should have a few answers for me.
That's the idea. Get among the people. Ask questions. After all, when in Rome, do as Romans do.
Hey, what was that one?
I said when in Rome, do as Romans do.
Oh, that's good. When in Rome, do as the Romans. Very good.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I like it.
It's yours.
Thanks. Claudius is bar and grills that hang out where I get all the answers. It's just a small place with a few tables and a guy in the corner playing a cool, crude breed pipe.
Hiya, Flavius.
Hi, Claude. What's new?
Nothing much. What'll you have?
Give me a Martinez.
Don't you mean a martini?
If I wanted to, I'd ask for it. By the way, can I have a bite to eat?
Sure thing. What'll you have?
I could do with some pizza.
Don't you mean pizza?
If I wanted more than one, I'd say so. A regular guy, Regulus Vivendus, wandered in. Care for a drink?
You bet.
What do you have?
No, that's
Oh.
not. What'll you have? Let me guess. The two of you would like raw and coke de coca. Or perhaps just one whiskas, or vodka, or tequila.
Enough already, smart tunic. You know what I always have? Why? Venom, Venora, Venus. Bloody comedian, you all have to feet behind bars.
Well, this one usually is.
Well, here's your martinum and your pizza.
Hey, where's my wine? Didn't you hear my order?
On the contrary, I distinctly heard you decline it.
Let's get back to the business at hand. I'm working on this Julius Caesar kill. Do you know of anything?
Try the dame over there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, sister, stop talking.
I told him, Julie, don't go. Don't go.
All right,
Julie.
out.
Hey, look, Flavius. I think I know the guy you're looking for.
You mean Mr. Big?
Yeah, his name is...
No, that's an interesting name. That's stylish. I'd like to write it down. Wait, guys? Claudius! I'd never get any more information out of him. He was dead. This was shaping up bigger than I thought. Suddenly, I looked up, and there was Brutus.
Hello, Flavius.
Brutus, what are you doing here?
I was looking for you. Hey, who's that on the floor?
That's Claudius, the bartender.
Oh, hey, that's a funny place to carry a knife. And his back.
He's dead. He was stabbed through the portico.
Hey, that's even more painful than the rotunda. Hey, have you come up with any answers? Who killed Julius Caesar?
I started to think. And slowly, the pieces fell into place. Brutus was the only man around when all those guys got killed. Caesar, Antony, the bartender, Brutus was always there. Things were beginning to add up. I put 2 and 2 together, and it came out IV. It was time to make my move.
Well, have you come up with any answers? Who killed Julius Caesar?
Only one guy could have done it.
Yeah, who?
Let's not play games, Brutus, or should I say, Mr. Big?
What are you getting at?
If the sandal fits, wear it. You knocked off Big Julie.
You're out of your head. I hired you to find the killer.
Pretty smart, but not smart enough. Now, are you gonna talk? Or do I have to call in a couple of centurions to lean on you?
All right, Flatfoot. I admit it. I knocked off Big Julie, and I'll do it again.
That's all I wanted to know. I'm sending you up the tiger for a long stretch. Come on, I'll call a chariot and we'll go downtown.
Don't move unless you want a dagger in the toga. I'm getting out here, and don't try to stop me.
He had to drop on me. But I knew where he was heading to. The scene of the crime. The Senate. 15 minutes later, I pulled up my chariot. Centurion, hand me that mouse. All right, Brutus. This is Flavius Maximus. I know you're in there. Come on out. You gonna say something?
Come and get me, you dirty, rotten Flatfoot.
You haven't gotten a chance, Brutus. I got the Senate surrounded by a stakeout. Now throw down your sword and come out with your hands up.
Come and get me.
Get smart, Brutus. We can smoke you out. We'll throw in incense. We'll throw in an onion with garlic on a spear.
I don't care what you do.
All right, you asked for it. Give it to him, Tiberius. All right, Brutus, I'll fill you full of bronze.
All right, you got me. Seamus. But I'll be back.
Oh, no, you won't.
I'll be back. Just remember one thing. All roads lead to Rome.
All right, come on, you. Let's go.
No. Wait a minute. Wait. Bring him back.
What?
That was a dandy. All roads lead to Rome. That's the best.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Well, you can't have it.
Oh, get out of here.
All hail Flavius. All Rome salutes you. Hail Flavius.
Take him, boys. Now I got a date with the dog. Okay, baby. Are you sure your husband wants Dick?
Well, frankly, I don't care. If I told him once, I told him 1,000 times. Don't go, Julie, I said. It's the Ides of March. Beware already. Don't go, Julie, don't go.
Rinse the Blood Off My Toga by Frank Wayne and John Schuster, with apologies to William Shakespeare and to Francis Bacon, just in case. Rome, 44 BC.
My name is Flavius Maximus. License number M C M L V I. It also comes in handy as an eye chart. I'm going to tell you about the Julius Caesar caper. It all began during the Ides of March. I had just nailed Spartacus the gladiator. He had a crooked lion and kept talking a dive. Anyhow, I was just beginning to rest my laurels when suddenly he burst into my office.
You Flavius Maximus, Private Eye?
I certainly am. What can I do for you? What's on your mind?
Just a minute. Are we alone?
Are we alone? Yes, we are alone.
Are you sure we're alone?
Yes, I'm sure we're alone.
Then who's that standing beside you?
That's you.
I know, but can I be trusted?
I could see I was dealing with no ordinary man. It's the greatest. This guy was nuts. All right, what's on your mind?
Flavius Maximus, a terrible thing has happened. It's the greatest crime in the history of Rome.
All right, give it to me straight. What's up?
Julius Caesar has been murdered.
Julius Caesar murdered? I couldn't believe my ears. Big Julie was dead?
Yeah, it just happened a few hours ago. Happened in the Senate. He was stabbed.
Stabbed in the Senate?
No, not in the Senate. They got him right in the rotunda.
That's a fatal spot. I had a splinter there once. Those marble splinters, you know.
Well, I'll tell you, all of Rome was in an uproar. I came to you because you are the top private eye in Rome. You've got to find the killer.
Well, I'll try.
Oh, you can do it. After all, you're the guy that got Clodius and Solus You sent them up on the invasion of the Vestal Virgins rock.
Yes, the whole town was sure in an uproar about that. Holy Jupiter.
Now look, what do you say, Flavius? Will you take the case?
Just a minute, Pally. I'd like to know just who am I working for.
I'm a senator. I was Caesar's best friend. The name is Brutus.
Brutus, eh? All right, Brutus, you got yourself a boy. Take the case. I'll take the case. My fee is 125 drachmas a day. In advance, of course.
Okay, here you go.
You're one short.
You've got a good ear.
When it comes to money, perfect pitch.
Let's go, eh?
I'm ready. We went outside, flagged a passing chariot, and made our way down to the Via Appia. The streets were crowded with the usual people, slaves, senators, tutors, patricians, and little men who came out of doorways to sell you postcards from Gal. Before long, we found ourselves at the Senate.
Flavius, this is where it happened. This is where Big Julie was murdered.
Yeah, well, where's the corpus delicti?
A what?
The corpus delicti. Corpus delicti. What's the matter? You don't understand plain Latin when you hear it?
Oh, the stiff.
Yeah.
Oh, you slide right over there.
Would you look at that? 8 daggers in it.
Yeah, what do you think?
I think that if he were alive today, he'd be a pretty sick boy. He's really fixed for blades, eh?
Oh, come on, Flavius. You've got to solve this crime.
All right. Who are those men over there?
They were all here when it happened. That's Publius, Casca, and Tribunus.
Who's that guy over there with the lean look and hungry look on his kisser?
Oh, that's Cassius.
Yeah, he looks like a loser from the Colosseum. Who do you think is the likeliest suspect?
That fellow right next to him.
Wait a minute. That's you.
I know, but how do you know I can be trusted?
I could see I was dealing with no ordinary case. This was a mental case. Wait a minute. Who's the dame?
Well, that's Calpurnia, Caesar's wife.
Yeah, well, she's a suspect too. Wait a minute. Pardon me, Miss Caesar.
Yes?
Flavius Maximus, Private Roman I. I'd like to ask you a few questions. What do you know about this?
I told him, Julie, don't go. Don't go, Julie, I said. Don't go. It's the Ides of March.
Now look, Miss Caesar,
If I told him once, I told him 1,000 times. Julie, don't go.
Please, don't upset yourself.
Julie, don't go, I said. It's the Ides of March. Beware already.
Centurion, would you like to take Miss Caesar home, please?
Come along, ma'am. Come along.
I told him, Julie, don't go. Don't go.
I don't blame him for going. All right, you senators, you can go too, but don't leave town.
Well, what do you think?
I don't know. There's not an angle anywhere. Not a clue.
Cheer, Flavius. After all, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Hey, what was that? What did you just say?
I said Rome wasn't built in a day.
Hey, that's pretty good. Rome wasn't built in a day. That's pretty good.
You like it?
Yeah, I like it.
It's yours.
Well, thanks. Let's reconstruct the crime. Caesar was over here and... What's the matter?
Look over there behind that pillar. Shh, there's someone behind there. I'll go get him.
Right.
Ow, stop it.
All right, Buster, what are you doing around here?
Well, what do you expect me to be doing? Why shouldn't I be here? I'm Mark Antony.
Mark Antony?
Yeah, I just made a speech over the body of Caesar. I said, friends, Romans, and countrymen, lend me your ears.
Yeah? What have you got in that sack?
Ears?
Will you get out of here?
Wait a minute, don't you want to know who bumped off Julius Caesar?
Yeah, you know who did it? Out with it. What's his name? That's a funny name. Must be Greek.
Look, he's dead.
What a confusing case. All I got is 2 dead bodies and a sack full of ears.
Now, Flavius, I'm paying you 110 drachmas a day.
125 drachmas.
All right, you got a good ear.
I've got a sack full of good ears.
Now let's have some action, huh?
All right. Don't get your toga in a knot. Listen, I got a pal, Claudius. She runs a bar on the Via Flamina. She should have a few answers for me.
That's the idea. Get among the people. Ask questions. After all, when in Rome, do as Romans do.
Hey, what was that one?
I said, when in Rome, do as Romans do.
Ah, that's good. When in Rome, do as Romans do. Very good.
You like it?
Yeah.
It's yours.
Thanks. Claudius's Bar and Grill is a hangout where I get all the answers. It's just a small place with a few tables and a guy in the corner playing a crude, cool reed pipe.
Hiya, Flavius.
Hi, Claude. What's new?
Nothing much. What do you have?
Give me a Martinez.
Don't you mean a martini?
If I wanted to, I'd ask for it. By the way, could I have a bite to eat?
Sure thing. What do you have?
I could do with some pizza.
Don't you mean pizza?
If I wanted more than one, I'd say so. A regular guy, Regulus Vivendus, wandered in. Care for a drink?
You bet.
What do you have? Let me guess. The two of you would like raw and Coca-Cola, or perhaps just one whiskas, or vodka, or one tequila.
Enough already, smarty tunic. You know what I always have. Wine. Weenium, weenie, weena, weeniorium, weenus. Bloody comedian, you ought to be behind bars.
Well, this one usually is.
Here's your martinum, and here's your pizza, Flave.
Hey, where's wine? Didn't you hear my order?
On the contrary, I distinctly heard you decline it.
Let's get back to the business at hand. I'm working on this Julius Caesar kill. Do you know anything of?
Try that dame over there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, sister, start talking.
I told him, Julie, don't go, Julie.
All right, out.
Hey, look, Flavius, I think I know the guy you're looking for.
You mean Mr. Big?
Yeah, his name is...
Now that's an interesting name. Got a stylus? I'd like to write it down. Claudius? I'd never get any more information out of her. She was dead. This was shaping up bigger than I thought. Suddenly, I looked up, and there was Brutus.
Hello, Flavius.
Brutus, what are you doing here?
I was looking for you. Hey, who's that on the floor?
That's Claudius.
That's Claudius, the bartender.
Hey,
That's a funny place to have a knife. His back.
He was stabbed through the portico.
Hey, that's even more painful than the rotunda. Hey, you come up with any answers? Who killed Julius Caesar?
I started to think, and slowly pieces fell into place. Brutus was the only man around when all those guys got killed. Caesar, Antony, the bartender. Brutus was always there. Things were beginning to add up. I put two and two together, and it came out IV. It was time to make my move.
Well, have you come up with any answers? Who killed Julius Caesar?
Only one guy could have done it.
Yeah, who?
Let's not play games, Brutus. Or should I say, Mr. Big?
What are you getting at?
If the sandal fits, wear it. You knocked off Big Julie.
You're out of your head. I hired you to find the killer.
Pretty smart, but not smart enough. Now are you going to talk, or do I have to call a couple of centurions to lean on you?
All right, Flatfoot, I admit it. I knocked off Big Julie, and I'll do it again.
That's all I wanted to know. I'm sending you up the Tiber for a long stretch. Come on, I'll call a chariot and we'll go downtown.
Don't move unless you want a dagger in your shoulder. I'm out of here. Don't try to stop me.
He had the drop on me, but I knew where he was headed. The scene of the crime, the Senate. 15 minutes later, I pulled up in my chariot. Centurion, hand me that ram's horn.
Here you go, Flavius.
All right, Brutus, this is Flavius Maximus. I know you're in there. Come on out.
Come and get me, you dirty, rotten Flatfoot.
You haven't got a chance, Brutus. I got the Senate surrounded by stakeout. Now throw your sword down and come out with your hands up.
Come and get me.
Get smart, Brutus. We can smoke you out. We'll throw in incense. We'll throw in an onion with garlic on the spear.
I don't care what you do.
All right, you asked for it. Give it to him, Tiberius. All right, Brutus, I'll fill you full of bronze.
All right, you got me. Seamus. But I'll be back.
Oh, no you won't.
I'll be back. Just remember one thing. All roads lead to Rome.
Come on, let's go. Oh.
Come on, let's go.
No, wait a minute. Wait, bring him back.
What?
That was dandy. All roads lead to Rome. That's the best.
You like it?
Yes.
Well, you can't have it.
Get out of here.
All hail Flavius. All Rome salutes you. Hail Flavius.
Take them, boys. And now I got a date with a dog. Okay, baby. Are you sure your husband won't object?
Well, frankly, I don't care. If I told him once, I told him 1,000 times. Don't go, Julie, I said. It's the Ides of March. Beware already. Don't go, Julie, don't go.